Okay folks, this is Kale Casey with you on the second day of the red flag warning. I'm here in the Ruth Valley right now. We're getting some of those outflow winds. It's very, very smoky. That's been one of the themes of the day, that after this big amount of fuel has consumed with the winds yesterday, lifting up the column and collapsing, then you have the second day where there's still more smoke production. And as you can see, it is just thick. In fact, the camera lens here is making this look lighter than it is. It is dark. There's ashfall, and we've been told by the IMET, the incident meteorologist, that there is in fact a column about to collapse here. It's very dangerous with the trees that are down. You can see one of the trees right here. You can see through the area of egress there's been blockages from dead and weakened trees. There's also smoldering stumps and trees of all sorts. There's guardrails that have been burned in the 36 corridor. There's fire weakened objective hazards kind of all up and down the corridor, signs that have fallen over, depending on the impact of the fire. Right now you can really sense that this column is starting to change right here. And I know that the air quality itself is just awful. The small particulates, the ash falling through the air. So a very risky day here in Ruth, and we're gonna head out. Okay folks, you're right above Ruth off the 36 at that Vista Point, South Fork Vista Point, and it is dark up here. It's only about 6 o'clock. You can see much lighter off to the west. That's the view down the 36 past Mad River. But then look at this, that's the column. That's what they're talking about when they say that there's an ember shower about to happen. There'll be outflow winds. This, look, see off to that side, that's the northeast, clear. But right in this area, can't see anything except for that bird flying around. You can hear the critters. They're actually all making some pretty good chatter here. It's about 5:45. Again, clear on that side. Clear on that side. There's your column. And that's one of the big concerns, as that builds up throughout the day. And then as it collapses, it drops the embers that have been lofted up out onto the landscape. That's why evacuations are so important. There's the top of it right there, just an orange glow. It's a little too soon to say what all the different forms of damage are here from the blow up on the 27th of September. You can see different guardrails have been impacted, different signs. The trees have burned at different intensities. Some will survive just fine, others will have issues. And that wind is still blowing, so it's time to be real careful in here for all the firefighters, because that wind can bring down heavy dead trees. All right, here are the resources gaggled up at the base of 36 and Ruth Road. We got a lot of smoke ahead, above, and that's causing problems for the area, because when that column collapses, they're worried about ember wash and fallout. You can see that there's clear air off to the west there, but over back here, that is just getting more and more dark. It's really hard to tell from here, but they got the water tender stage ready to go, other resources, civilians leaving, trying to get out of the way there. Key is to have all the resources accounted for, and then if there is an issue, go right back in and fight fire aggressively, having provided for safety first. Okay, here are some of those outflow winds just starting to come out of the column right now. It's sundown. You can see the low intensity fire moving through the forest here. Those winds will start to pick up. They'll start to kick some embers around, kick up some flame. So anytime you have a column that's formed and starts collapsing, just like a storm cellar comes by, you get increased activity. That's why it's dangerous. That's why it's important to listen to the sheriff's office and evacuate.